folks, welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm JT.
And this is our top 5 games out of our top 10 from the BGG Top 100. It stands for BoardGameGeek.com. It's a website. If you don't know about it, you should. If you are part of the board game hobby, they have a very useful website that has a database of over 85,000 board games, and they're all ranked. And these are our top 5, our personal top 5, taken from that top 100. A couple of caveats. I did not include any legacy games.
I didn't either.
Well, there you have it. See, we were on the same page.
I actually thought about that, and I didn't either.
I did too, but I don't know. For some reason, there was just something inside me that said, "Don't include legacy games."
Yeah, there's
So it
just
felt
such
like
a
a little bit of a
strong
cheat.
list. It's pretty,
Sure.
Yeah.
Felt
I
like a little
agree.
bit of a cheat. But with that being said, we have already done our bottom 5, which is our numbers 10 through 6 over on the Dice Tower. You can check that out by following a link that's in the description of this video. And you can go check out BGG as well, and because I've provided another link down there for that too. If you don't know about Board Game Geek, you really should. You really, really should. It's a great tool, at the very least, and it's a good way to find out about new games too. All right, my number 5 was number 52, right in the middle of the pack on BGG's Top 100, and this is a game that my wife and I really enjoy, and I cannot remember a time that we've taught this game to anybody else and they said, "Nah, I really don't like this game. I think it's stupid, or I think it's bad, or I think it's boring, or whatever." Everybody that we've taught this to has enjoyed this game. It's called Cascadia from Alderac Entertainment Group, the AEG. Randy Flynn is the designer, and I can't remember the artist's name.
I don't know.
Dang it. It's right down. No, it's not right down here.
down
I'll
there.
put it on the screen because it's important. The artwork is one of the coolest things about the game, but gameplay is also really, really fun. Basically, what you're doing is you're choosing a landscape tiles, I guess.
Sure.
Landscape tiles. They have different things on it, different elements like woods and river and dirt and wheat fields and that kind of stuff.
Dirt.
Anyway, you're picking one of those, and you're picking one of the animal tiles, and you're basically building out your tableau, and you're populating it with different animals, and those different animals are going to score in different ways based upon the scoring cards that you've chosen for them for that particular game. And it's all about spatial placement, generally speaking, for how those animals score. It's really, really fun though, and it's not a difficult game to teach. So I've just really enjoyed it, and it's one of my favorite games that we own. I really enjoy it with the Landmarks expansion because it kind of turns some of the things in the game on its head, makes you think a little bit harder. But it's not that much harder to play. It's just one of those things. But that's my number 5, Cascadia.
Nice. My number 5 is just a few places higher than Cascadia, although difficulty rating might be slightly higher on this one. This one is from Vital Lacerda. It's Kanban EV. Kanban EV is, this one's, Kanban EV is a board game where you are, that's a board game. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said.
Feels more like work than Brass Birmingham
No,
does.
it's a worker placement game where you just have one worker who represents you as you move around this factory, and you build cars, you design them, you find the blueprints for them, you put the right parts into them, you test them on the track.
I'm waiting for it. Come on.
And your boss walks around and checks on you to see if you're doing your job.
And you get micromanaged, and you can get fired.
Micromanaged.
Feels like work.
Yep. You have to train in the different departments to get better at them, so you can do better actions. All of your actions are based on basically time, right? So if you go to a spot that has 3 time on it, basically you're spending 3 hours, right? And you can do 3 things there. You can also bank time to where you can spend that later.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you can work overtime.
Yeah, that's not banking time though.
Yeah.
To use it later.
It's
impossible
basically
to bank time.
hooking yourself. Well, yeah, you're just giving yourself extra hours of work. because that's what we all like to do is give
You're being
ourselves extra
inefficient.
hours of work.
Ah, I get
No,
you.
you're being extra efficient. Like, I'm doing so good, I might as well work 2 more hours
Oh
today.
my goodness.
So
I don't think I've ever said that, ever.
Such a great game. But anyways, Sandra is the boss. She starts at the top of the board and she works her way down through the locations, checking on everybody, how everybody's doing, see who's the weakest in the development department, and that person gets reprimanded. If you play the solo version, which is really, really good, although you have to be invested in learning the solo version because there's some significant rules. The 2 people you play against in the solo version are Mr. Turchi and Mr. Lacerda. And Sandra follows you around.
I think I'm just going to say that I'm going to lose. If I'm playing against Terzi and Lacerda,
I know.
I'm out. I'm
So
done.
at the end of the week, you have a meeting, and if you're not good enough in your meeting, you get fired. For real, you can lose this game and not get to finish it in the solo version if you get fired. So don't get fired. Work hard. Anyways, that's my number 5, Kanban EV. This is one of the smoothest Euro games that I've ever played.
If your self-worth is at a low point, don't play this game.
Go play it.
Because
prove people
you
wrong.
don't need to play a game in which you can get fired. You can get fired in real life. You don't need to play a game in which you can get fired.
Sometimes you want to get fired in real life, and you're like, I'm going to play Kanban. I need a break.
Well, my number 4 was number 42, and it's another car game, but this is a fun car game. This is called Heat, Pedal to the Metal. And it also has a rather robust solo player mode as well, where you can play through a whole tournament, championship series tournament by yourself, or you can just do one-offs. It's fine too.
Yep.
But it has a really good, really easy to manage AI that works well in the game in the solo player. You can also use that AI in multiplayer modes as well, just to add more racers to the track. But this is a great, fun little racing game. It has replaced Formula D for me, or Formula Day, however you, whenever you learned how to play that game. But it's a really fun game. It's replaced Formula D for me. It's got great artwork by Vincent Dutrait. But again, the artwork isn't really evident in a whole lot of different ways.
No.
The maps are nice and picturesque, and there's a lot of little Easter eggs all over them and that kind of thing. But generally, you're just trying to focus on the track itself. And there's a lot of really neat card play in it as well. Trying to manage your engine's heat level in the game is really cool. You want to push your engine because you have to, but you don't want to overheat because then you spin out and you have to start all over again. So it's a really fun game. Great hand management game is basically what it works out as. Usually I was just thinking about this earlier today. Usually I will choose dice rolling over hand management. But this one is one where I think the hand management works better than just rolling the
like
dice.
it. Yeah, I agree completely.
So that's my number 4, Heat, Pedal to the Metal. It was number 42 on the top 100.
The other nice thing about Heat is when you go to pick, everybody shifts their gear at the same time. Everybody puts down their speed cards at the same time. And then you go around the board and see how everybody did that round.
Yep.
And so there's not a lot of downtime, and when you're sitting there watching, you're watching. You want to see what everybody did. You're like, I hope you went there so I can draft and things like that.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those it's one of those games where the simultaneous action selections works well.
Yep.
You don't
very much so,
because everybody's simultaneously choosing what they're going to do, but then everybody has to take turns.
Yep. I really like
stuff.
that.
So it works really well.
Yep. And the solo mode in this thing is fantastic, honestly. And you can play it quick. It's a quick setup, and you can play it quickly. So, all right, that's enough gushing about Heat, especially since you put it all the way down at number 4.
It's going to be on it.
You wish.
It's
all
going to
right.
be.
My number 4.
Actually, you probably won't because you chose all the heavy games.
I sure did. He's like a 1.2 or something. I'm just kidding. I don't have no idea.
him.
No, my number 4 is, I think, our first crossover. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it's got to be either that one or this one. So I'm going to pick number 4. I'm going to pick I'm going to say Sky Team.
Nope.
Dang it. Nemesis?
Nemesis. My number 4 is Nemesis. Adam Kopinski and Awakened Realms knocked this one out of the park for me. Knocked it out of the park for me. We're still waiting on, I have Nemesis Lockdown. I have all of the different alien races that you can stick into those places, right? You know, and we're waiting on Nemesis Retaliation, where we get to fight back.
Oh boy.
With smart guns. Oh wait, we can't use smart guns. They have to be intelligent guns, because we don't want any copyright strikes from aliens. We're using intelligent guns and pulse rifles. No, I don't know. Anyways, but in Nemesis, like Sam said, it's just one of the most thematic, one of the most intense. You're on a spaceship, you just wake up, you don't know what's going on. You have to explore the spaceship, make sure it's flying to the right location, that it's not flying into the sun or down to Venus or whatever else. Make sure the engines work, and the whole time there are intruders on board that are more powerful than you, stronger than you, scary, and you never know where they're coming from. So every noise you make is just super thematic, and it gives you that feel of that theme. So
that's just great, man.
Exactly.
Why don't you put her in charge?
I really love Nemesis. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah, really cool. I'm imagining this is going to be on JT's list, but again, it might be a little bit too soft of a target. It might be a little bit too soft of a target, but I'm pretty sure it's. I don't know. I think it might be, but
you don't remember what my top three are, do you?
My top three. No, I don't. Man. But I don't remember stuff like that, dude.
Right.
This was number 53 on the top 100, and this one's called Cthulhu: Death May Die. This is my Cthulhu game of choice. It used to be Mansions of Madness, because I really enjoyed Mansions of Madness gameplay, but this one I like a little bit more because there's a little bit more like combat and dice chucking and all that kind of stuff in this one. And so I really do enjoy this game. It's super thematic, and normally I'm not a huge fan of that Lovecraftian IP. I just don't enjoy it. But this one I really do, because it's the good guys fighting against all the bad nasties that are coming through, and I can get on board with something like that. So I just really enjoy this game. Every time I play this game, I've had a blast, and so that's why it's my number 3. Cthulhu: Death May Die.
Very nice, very nice. My number 3 is a game from Simon.
It's not.
From Rob Davio and Eric Lang.
It is?
Cthulhu: Death May Die. Look at that. My number 3, direct crossover, Cthulhu: Death May Die.
Awesome.
Mel and I played a couple of rounds of this like 2 weeks ago.
The new expansion is really fun too.
Yeah, the expansion's fun. The new expansions have wandering monsters in there, which add difficulty, obviously, because now you have another monster you have to deal with. But to balance that out, you get a special card, which is a special, like you got a blood pendant or something like that, which gives you a special ability. Till you use it, then you have to flip it over, and bad things can happen on the backside or whatever. But those special abilities are really cool. So it adds that kind of stuff as well. Obviously, there's more old ones, but there's so many old ones and so many scenarios now that we played. I've started to make a spreadsheet, and basically I say we played mission 1-2 or 1-3-1 or whatever against this old one with these characters. That way we kind of can keep track of what we've been playing.
So we made a spreadsheet?
I did.
Such a
so
nerd.
We could rotate through and make sure we're fighting every... I know. So we can fight every old one without repeats.
Yeah.
Until we've gone through. Some of them are really nasty. So and we're not talking about what the miniature looks like.
Yep. That's cool.
But anyways, my number 3, Cthulhu: Death May Die, direct crossover.
That's a good one.
Great game.
Awesome. All right, my number 2 is number 41. And actually, this is one of the games where it's actually on the top 100 twice, but with two different themes.
Brand new version.
And this is a brand new version. This one's called Lord of the Rings: Duel for Middle Earth.
Yeah.
This one was number 41, and I think Seven Wonders Duel is lower than that for some reason.
Probably.
But because I mean, it's generally the same game. There's minor differences, but it's generally the same game. It just has a supremely better theme on it.
I was going to say, I don't even know what the theme of Seven Wonders Duel is. No,
It's well, I mean, it's vaguely themeless. I mean, it's just about civilizations and the growth of civilizations. That's basically all Seven Wonders Duel is. But this one, the theme just really works well, and the gameplay really works well with the theme, and that's one of the reasons why it rocketed up this list for me, and probably why it's rocketed past Seven Wonders Duel. And let's face it, Vincent Dutrait's artwork doesn't hurt.
No.
So that's generally the long and the short of it. I really enjoy this game. It's a great two-player game. It's a game that my wife and I can break out easily whenever we're just wanting to chill at home, and that's a pretty big thing too, because sometimes when you break out a game, it's not necessarily a chill experience. There's a little bit of stress involved. There's a little bit of anxiety. You know, is this going to work out and all that kind of stuff? But this isn't like that. It just has a very chill feel to it.
And you never played against Melissa, have you? It's not chill.
That's your job,
Dangerous.
bro.
I don't want to show you the card. I was kidding. All right.
Oh, man. It's such a good game, though.
It is a great game.
Number 2, Lord of the Rings, Duel for Middle-earth.
That would definitely be in my 11 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My number 2, R.I.P. Greater in Games. I love you. My number 2 is Spirit Island. Sorry, I gotta say that.
That's not your number 1?
Nope, that's my number 2.
What?
Yeah, it's my number 2.
Is that your number 1 of all time, though?
No. It's not my number 1 of all time. My number 1 of all time is my number 1 here. So don't go look. Just wait here. Watch the video. It's only a few minutes away. Anyways, my number 2 is Spirit Island. Spirit Island is a fantastic game.
No.
You can't even stress how cool this game is. Each of you takes a spirit, which has very, very specific powers that they do. Whether they're a volcano spirit or an ocean spirit or a spirit that deals with the wildlife or a spirit that just creates fear amongst the invaders. You are protecting your island. Your island is being attacked by invaders. They're coming in to colonize, to destroy, to steal all your bananas, and get all of your fish. Who knows? But you're trying to get these invaders out. Stop building cities on our island.
Why bananas, cousin? Why not mangoes?
That's right, and mangoes.
Or stars.
Leave the mangoes. But anyways, you are very, very asymmetric in your character, and you're playing cards by spending power out of your hand. Cards that you eventually have to recoup into your hand to continue. You're gaining new powers as you go, and your spirits get stronger and stronger and stronger. But then, of course, the invaders are relentless, and they keep attacking. And there's things that I can't do. I'm no good in the jungle because my character's an arid, fiery beast. But, hopefully whoever else is playing there can take care of the jungles without, there's just this whole balance. Such a fantastic strategic game.
Yeah.
I love Spirit Island to death. So.
To death?
Yep. Love it.
All right, my number 1 should come as absolutely zero surprise. It's number 58, which is criminally low. But I know a lot of people don't like this game. It's a rather divisive game.
58.
Number 58 is my number 1 and will be my number 1 probably for ever.
Okay.
Blood Rage. It's my favorite game of all time. Period.
Everybody loves this
Hard
game.
stop. End of discussion.
What? Everybody loves this game.
Everybody does not love this game. This is one of the most... this is one of the games that you either love it or you hate it.
Really? I thought I was the only person that hated it.
No, you don't, and you don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it.
I don't.
Yeah, this game gets so much hate because of the Loki strategy.
I don't like the
Loki strategy. I mean, it's. I think it's one of the coolest mechanisms ever that you can win the game by losing. Constantly.
You can win the game by knowing the game better than everybody else. That's all it is.
True. Yeah, that's how most games are, actually.
Well, that's kind of true, but not in the same sense.
But
all right, that's fair.
I really enjoy this game. The miniatures don't hurt it. The gameplay doesn't hurt it. The one thing that really clenches it for me is I love closed drafts of games. I love that. I love picking out and making your own strategy, your own tableau based on all of the cards that are in that round. And there's sometimes where you have to take a card that you don't want, you don't need, just because this guy, if he gets it, he's going to score a crap ton of points for it. So you got to do that sometimes. You got to take one for the team. Or if you see it and you're like, well, I don't want it, but I know this guy over here has it and I'm passing this way, so these two guys better take one for the team because I'm not going to do it because I want this card here. I love that in games. But on top of that, all of the different combos that can come in from the cards that you draft, that's really fun to play out as well.
That also makes the game very fragile, though.
It does.
With the whole, I'm not going to take this card, but one of you two has to take it. Otherwise, that person's going to smash me. There's a lot of fragility. There's a lot of...
No, there is. And I'll absolutely agree with that. It is one of those games where if you let somebody have all the cards that they need, they're going to win. And it's not necessarily the game's fault, it's the player's fault.
Absolutely.
But I think that was a purposeful design by Eric Lang. I think he meant to design it that way on purpose, and I think he did. He does weird things every once in a while, like what is it, the Ankh? The whole, the last two people combine and become this superpower. That's wonky. It's wonky, and I really don't like it.
We call that the board game centipede.
But he does that kind of stuff from time to time, and sometimes it hits, like in Blood Rage for me, and sometimes it doesn't, like Ankh for me. But that's just the way it is. But this is by far and away my favorite game. Blood Rage, #1.
Funny enough, I know it's a dumb story, but Azul can do that same thing to me, where I can get frustrated because I'm taking what I want, but if you don't take that, that person's going to get 5 blues. You know what I mean? So that actually, it happens in a lot of games, not just that one. All right, well, my #1 should be no surprise to anybody. It's definitely not a surprise to Sam. I just did realize, though, that 5 of my games, although Nemesis technically isn't a co-op, it's semi-co-op for sure, but 5 of my games on here are co-op.
That's interesting. I love cooperative games, and I've got 2 in my top 10. Well, I don't know. Nemesis can be played cooperatively.
That's what I was saying, including Nemesis, 5.
But are you supposed to play competitively?
No, you can play either way.
I know you can play either way. Okay, all right, cool. I thought there was like
cooperatively, it's hard.
Sure,
it's super hard.
So. Yeah, because everybody has to accomplish their goal.
Because you have to accomplish every goal.
All right.
Anyways, my #1. That's completely sidetracked.
Yep.
My #1 is Too Many Bones. Duh. He's like, oh yeah, of course. My #1 is Too Many Bones. In Too Many Bones, you take on a gear lock with a very specialized character. There's 18 different gear locks at this point in time, and each of them play very different. Each of them have different dice that they do, different abilities that they do, and you're going through this adventure, and the adventure's based on an adventure deck that you build, and basically whatever, you have 7 days or 8 days to get through the adventure deck and then to fight the big bad. And in getting through that adventure deck, you're leveling up, you're gaining new dice, which are your abilities, which you can roll later in combats and things like that. The gear locks are really cute. They're really cool to play. The artwork's really good in the game. The monsters, the bad guys are very, very varied. They're very different from each other. So each one you play against is very different. There's also now 3 different maps you can play on. Now I know they're not considered maps because there's just a little 4x4 grid as the battle map, but the base game map and the water map, which flips over to a land map, and the volcano map, which is from the last Unbreakable, they all play very differently because of the different mechanics and stuff that's going on with them. There's a lot in this game. There's 1,000 keywords, which is the hardest part for a lot of people. But I really love this game, and once you've played it as much as I do, those keywords don't bug you anymore.
Right,
so,
because you know what they all mean.
Yep.
You don't have to look them up anymore.
Or I know how to just flip over, and I don't mind just flipping over and looking reading really quick. But
I can attest that having somebody... I got thrown into the deep end basically on Too Many Bones to begin with. The first time I played it, I got taught by one guy, 3 other people. I was 3 or 4 other people. I think I was the 4th or the 5th. I think I was the 4th. Anyway, they all knew how to play the game very well, and we were playing with like multiple things and add-ins and all that, and it was just way too much.
Yeah. Then you
Way too much. When we played what was Unbreakable, is that what it is?
Yep.
When we played Unbreakable here, that was the first time I really enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
Because I think it was just a little bit more. I had the other play under my belt already, but it was just more palatable the way you were teaching it, and I see it now. But my main thing here is that Chip Theory Games is a great company.
Sure,
I just wanted to put that out there.
company. I'm a huge fan.
The Carlsons are great dudes. They're a great company. So I love talking well about their games just because of how much I like them as a company. So, but they have good games as well.
That's my number one.
That's the number one. All right. Well, that is our top 5 games from the BGG. That is Board Game Geek's top 100. We did do our 10 through 6. We already said it over on the Dice Tower. Go give that a look if you haven't done that already. But leave us a like and subscribe here. Hit that bell icon so that you can be let known when we have more videos coming up. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time. We'll see you guys and gals later on the Flipside.
Go find a good co-op game and play it right now.
Now.
Now.